Hey, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Bad Thought Studios. Today, George and I are going to react to Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. A new trailer just dropped. Funny enough, we haven't recorded in a while, and the last trailer we did was the original Kong trailer. So we are very excited for this one. The release date is going to be March 29th, 2024. It is directed by Adam Wingard. Um, for some reason, I couldn't find the budget, but I did see a rough estimate of 150 million, which is a pretty good budget.
Pretty decent.
Exactly. So I'm excited for this. But first, I want to introduce George before we get everything started. George, how you doing, brother? How's everything?
Doing good. As you had mentioned, it's been a while since I've been in the Bad Thoughts studios, but glad to be back. And yeah, ironically, it was the last one was Godzilla 1, so now I
Yeah,
think it's interesting that I'm back for another Godzilla trailer.
exactly. And we've always been fans of Godzilla, and it's
Hmm.
it's it's such an iconic movie, iconic characters. And we've fallen in love with these characters, so seeing another one isn't gonna hurt. We've seen the first trailer, it looked fantastic, so we're assuming this one's gonna give us a little bit more of what the story is going to be about. And the action is just going to be spot on of what we expect. But what are you expecting going into this movie?
Well, I do, as you had mentioned, I mean, Godzilla and Kong are two giant behemoths, if you will, in
Mm.
film history, and a lot of people can relate to these monstrosities, if you will. Like there's many different variations of them, so to kind of have them merge into one film, I feel anyways that this is going to be a very climactic film that
Yeah,
it shouldn't disappoint. So I'm betting that it's not going to.
I agree. And we kind of see there is going to be a third, or there's going to be a villain, if you will, that they're going to be teaming up against. And
Hmm.
that's something new. We kind of seen it in the last uh Godzilla and Kong movie, them
Hmm.
finding another being, but this one is going to be a whole different ball game. It's supposed to be
Hmm.
so powerful, so I'm very excited for this. So without further ado, you ready?
Let's
Get
do this.
All right, let's get it.
For centuries, there was harmony. The Titans were the guardians of nature,
God damn, dude, he just
and
wrecked
the
shit.
great apes became the protectors of humanity. We've discovered a signal. She can feel it. Kong,
He looks
Godzilla,
old, man.
they can feel it too. Something is coming. Something even they're afraid of.
You feel like going for a ride?
Thought you'd never ask.
Just try not to swallow your tongue.
What?
Yeah, they just jumping like it's nothing. Oh shit.
Okay.
Is that a mini Kong?
Oh my god.
That's not just a signal. That's a call for war.
Oh shit. Oh, they're fucking fighting.
What is
Okay.
that?
No.
Oh shit.
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
Let's go. Let's go. That shit looks sick, bro. Brazil.
Man, this is
The
giving
last
me
time we met
goosebumps.
up, it was almost the end of Kong.
They don't have to like each other. We just have to work together.
Now I have seen
His
everything.
fucking tooth came out. Holy shit!
We've made some minor augmentations.
Oh,
Damn.
March
Okay.
29th. Holy shit,
Wow.
bro! Holy shit! First thoughts, George?
That was
Yeah.
amazing. As I said, that sequence when Godzilla just rises out of nowhere, and then you see Kong like running by his side, like running towards the threat, like
Yep.
that gave me goosebumps.
For
I
real.
love trailers that kind of give you the direction of where the story is going, but it doesn't necessarily tell you exactly what. Like they mentioned a threat that even Kong and Godzilla are feared over. But it doesn't necessarily say what. And then you see kind of Kong fighting against his own kind, so you see like a lot of escalation,
Yep.
like through all corners. It's like no matter where you turn, it's like Kong going against his kind for whatever reason of what's going on. He's teaming up with Godzilla, who he doesn't necessarily like, but it's like, okay, if we got to take care of business, let's do it. You know, it's that
Yep.
love-hate relationship. Just based off of that trailer alone, I'm very excited about it.
Dude, holy shit, man. And you could just tell how much action is going to be in this movie. The storyline, like you said, it didn't give you too much, but you know already, like the little things you did get from it, the storyline is leading to something great. Like you can't wait to see what happens next. And in the trailer, that, I mean, what more can you ask for than that in a trailer? Like you want to have in your head like, okay, this is good. This storyline sounds good. I need to go see this to see what happens next. Like that is the objective of a trailer.
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
because
So,
because a trailer can either make or break it. It could be too little where it's like you lose interest, or it could be too much where it basically tells you the whole movie. It's like, why just watch the movie? You know, why do I
exactly.
need to go see the movie? You know?
Exactly. And like it just Godzilla and Kong are historically two badasses that they can't beat each other. Like they've tried for multiple movies trying to beat each other and they can't do it. So they came to an agreement like I'll do my thing, you do your thing, and now it's like okay, now we need to team up. Like that concept right there is just fucking so fun to just imagine what's gonna happen next. So the eyes that you saw that Kong, when Kong lifted his eyes, he's like, holy shit, like what
Yeah.
is that? That the fear that he had in his eyes is something we've never seen before from him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, and as they mentioned in the beginning of the trailer, with the female character, they said both of these, and I love how it kind of ties into this character who is deaf, because when you have a character who is deaf, they pick up feeling, they pick up vibrations, they pick up, so it's something that's like so powerful that she actually shares that between Kong and Godzilla. So whatever she is sensing, they are sensing, and if they are both fearing that same thing, it's like the threat of that is much greater than what they produce separately. So that's why they have to join forces together. And that's also the notion too that I love, is they don't necessarily tell you or show you the threat. And
Yep.
who does that best is Steven Spielberg when he did Jaws. It was like, rather than show the shark right away, it's like you look at the perspective of the shark and you actually see the shark going towards its target, and you're like, no, stop, don't, like stop the
Yep.
camera from going towards. But it's like, I love that notion when you know there's a threat but you don't necessarily know what it is.
Yeah, and the director, like I said before, Adam Wingard, he's done a couple of the Godzilla and Kong movies. He's also done like a Death Note movie, so he has a good background of making a story like this come together. So that his background alone is something that I'm really looking forward to. Um, what I wanted to ask you was, in in previous movies, when you watch these trailers and you watch these, you know there's going to be a lot of action.
Mhm.
Like when you see the trailer, do you think too much action is or I shouldn't say too much action, but in the trailer, do you think they should be showing this much action? Do you think they should be showing how much fight scenes there's going to be? Like, it could be to a detriment because in the movie we might see a different story. Like, there's been stories where we've seen trailers and some of the parts in the trailer aren't even in the movie,
Mhm.
which is crazy. But you see how much action is in this one.
Yeah.
We should. Do you think we are expecting as much action in the movie?
I'm anticipating that. But I do hesitate with any kind of action sequence
Mm-hmm.
in trailers because sometimes you can get all the action sequences at once. So by the time you get to the actual movie and you see it, that's all there is, and the rest is just talking and kind of like dragging out the storyline until you get to the next part. So that is my one concern. Not even just with this movie. That's how I am with like Star Wars films
Yeah,
and Marvel
exactly. Yep.
films, but if it's done appropriately, based off of just this trailer alone, I think that there's going to be enough in there where it won't plateau the film, but it won't
Yeah,
be where
exactly.
it's overstimulated where that's all there is.
Yeah, it won't overpower the storyline. I totally agree with that, and I think, excuse me. And like I said, I think to Kong and Godzilla, that it's just nothing but action usually. So I think we're gonna get a good mixture of both in this one. But usually in the trailers we rate them, of course. If you had to give a rate for one through 10, what are you giving this?
I'm gonna give it a 9.5, and the
Mm.
reason why I didn't give it a full 10, the point 0.5 is only just because you can't rely your laurels just on the trailer. You have to actually go by the film itself, where it's like if you see a crappy movie and then you go back to the trailer and it's like, wow, this trailer was deceiving. Like this movie totally sucked,
Yeah,
So but it was a strong suit of a trailer. So 9.5 for me.
yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm gonna give it mine a 9.5. Like I said, it gave you the action that you're anticipate seeing. The storyline, they gave you a little bit, but not enough to where you think you know the storyline already. You want to go see what happens in that storyline, which is, like I said, amazing in a trailer. And it's Kong versus or Kong and Godzilla, so you're gonna be seeing nothing but perfection when it comes to these two. So yeah, 9.5 for me.
And I think this is a movie that's appropriate now at the time that it kind of manifested itself with the last films where it's like, okay, it's like Kong and Godzilla at each other's throats. And it's like, okay, so they kind of developed their hatred for one another, but now they have to kind of rise to a new level and tolerate each other because they know that
Exactly.
they have to take care of business.
And it looked like they were fighting each other by the pyramids, and it might be like a initial like, hey, how you doing, man? And then you're not supposed to be here, kind of shit. But
Yeah.
then they're like, all right, this fucking dude's about to kill us. We need to team up and kick some ass. So yeah, man, I'm so excited. So the release date is March 29th this year, and I am excited. I am very excited. But
I
George,
am too.
I want to thank you for joining me. This was hopefully the next time we record is not another Kong review. We could do something else. But thank you for joining me. If you could tell the people about your channel with OG and where they can find it and where they can find you as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can find me and my partner in crime, OG, on his channel, Orange Grove 55, where we dive deep into all things Disney, whether it's related to the parks, to the studios, to the corporate side. We kind of dissect everything, whether it's with breaking news, whether it's behind the scenes, new films, animated, live action. Um, New things that are on the horizon with the Disney parks and resorts around the world. We do it all. And yeah, so you could find us there at Orange Grove 55, and you could find me personally on X, formerly known as Twitter, at DisneyGeorge. You could also find me on Instagram under the Disney Italiano. And of course, I mentioned, you'll find me on my home base at Orange Grove 55 with my segment Citrus Corner, where I dive deep into all things Walt Disney World and Disney Cruise Line, with all things sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
Never gets old, man. Never gets old. Guys, if you guys love Disney and you guys have any kind of information that you guys are looking for, please go follow George and OG at Orange Grove 55 on YouTube, and follow their social medias as well. Amazing work they do over there about everything Disney. They also go to Universal News as well. So if you guys are interested, please go give them a follow. Everything will be in the description below. Leave a comment and let us know what you guys thought about the trailer. Give us a 1 through 10 rating. If you guys want to find me on social media, Tones_TV on all platforms. Don't forget to hit subscribe and also follow the podcast, Bad Thoughts Podcast, on YouTube and Spotify. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. Love y'all.